Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Inner Empress and you are here at Inner Empress Readings. So today I want to look into career. I want to look into the energy of your career, anything that spirit wants you to know, and perhaps if you are looking to dive into a new career path or to further yourself on the current one you're on, to see if there's any guidance that can be provided to you at this time. So for those of you who are coming back to my channel, welcome back. Always a pleasure to have you. And for those of you who are new here, welcome along on the journey. Happy to have you here with us as well. So I'm going to put up 3 different pictures for you to be able to choose from. You can pause the video. You can pick however feels right to you. There is no right or wrong way. But when you do decide on a pile, you will find the timestamp for that in the description box below. So let's do this. All right, for those of you who chose pile 1, welcome. So let's find out what spirit wants you to know in regards to your current career path, or where you're trying to go. So I want to see the current energy that you're in. Let's take a look at that. The current energy that you are in when it comes to your career. I'm hearing hopeful. I just heard lopsided. Interesting. Let's see. We have metamorphosis. Okay, so there's definitely some changes going on here. I feel as if, especially with this being a butterfly and a flamingo combo, I feel as if you might be in a space where you are either combining two different skill sets, or you are considering, merging two different things in your life that bring you joy. Like, how do I balance this? How do I bring these together into harmony? I feel like joy is a very big part of this pile. This may be, and I'm still going to continue with the reading and pull cards, but I kind of get a feeling for this pile that you are more so in the middle career-wise, like you've already done something or have pursued something, and now you are at a crossroads where you are kind of evaluating and saying, like, maybe I don't want to do this anymore, but there are aspects about what I did that I loved. Maybe I loved helping people. Maybe I love the way that I was creating art. Maybe I love the data, or, such and such, but I don't want to do this necessarily. So how do I take that love and how do I put it towards something that I find myself sparked towards? I love that I feel as though this particular pile, I just heard like easily inspired. So I feel as though you have been taking, you've been learning, you've been taking, you have been digesting. I'm hearing a lot of information and a lot of new things, and I feel like your perspective when it comes to your career path has been opening, it's been broadening. And that's 25. Some of you might be 25. Some of you could have been somewhere for a number of years. Like, it doesn't have to be, but I feel like 25 is significant for someone. And if you break that down even more, you get 7, which you might want to look up the spiritual meaning of 7. It is a very divine number. So many of you are feeling led on this current path. We have 9, which is also a number of solitude. It comes back to the hermit. And so this is introspective. This is someone who, with storm fields, you could have been in a storm recently or just come out of one. I feel like something with this energy is disruptive. So it feels like, it doesn't feel like something that is starting. It feels like something that has already started or like has just recently ended. And what I mean by that is the way that something was in your life, there could have been some layoffs, there could have been some changes. I don't know, I just feel as if something has turned, the wheel has turned for you. And so something that seemed very clear cut and dry and seemed very laid out is no longer the path that you want to walk or you can walk. So this energy here is talking about whatever this event was made you kind of look deeper. For some of you, this could have been a house change, moving. It could have been a divorce. It could have been losing your home or changing homes or something where I feel like the foundation and the structure, and it doesn't have to be one of those things I just named, but something about the foundation and the structure of either yourself or your place of employment has switched to where it's really made you realize that certain things are not stable and certain things are not what is the word? Long term. Something is not long term. And so I feel like this has kind of pushed you into the energy of having to morph, having to change, having to transform and possibly learn new skills, or really go back and look at something you were interested in before. Or I'm hearing adjust, and it's giving me a vibe of like the current job climate. Like there's a feeling of having to adjust because something is just no longer viable, no longer there. It's not an option anymore. And then we have 45 with sad embrace. Okay, so I'm seeing that the energy that you're in, you're taking this a bit hard. You know, you're taking this a bit hard. You are hopeful, and I feel like that is the energy that the universe actually wants to push you more into, is to get you to see like the bright side of this. But I feel like for pile 1, you might be taking this a bit hard. This breaks down to 9, 45 breaks down to 9 again. So you might be feeling very isolated, feeling very alone, feeling without options. Some of you could have been trying, like I said, to get a job in a certain field that it just feels like there's no opportunities there anymore. There's you know, something is shifted, change has happened. Some of you, there could have literally been loss. Like I said, there could have been some type of loss, whether that was personal or whether it was monetary or material. But your current energy when it comes to career is that you know you have to change. You have to make an adjustment. You have to change. It's just that I feel like there's a reluctance here to have to do that. Ooh, okay. With that said, let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Let's see any guidance. Oh, okay. Oh, all your cards just want to pop out, which feels to me like your spiritual team has been trying to talk to you, has been trying to guide you. I feel like for many of you in pile 1, you've kind of shut yourself down a bit, and I don't feel like you're listening. That could even be to like guidance around you from other people. Like there is a, whoa. I don't usually take this many. I'm not going to take the purple. Okay. Let's see. This is guidance to you in regards to your career. So the ones that flipped over, we have bell with announcement. So some type of announcement will be coming. For some of you, well, for everyone who chose this pile, I feel like this announcement will bring great change. For some of you, this will be a relief. And for others of you, you will come to see it as a relief. But right now it might be difficult. You might be waiting to hear from some news about something, about whether you were chosen for a position, about whether you know, there are potential layoffs or what's going to happen. There's some type of waiting on pins and needles that I'm picking up on. Now, I don't feel like this is all bad though. Like for some of you, the announcement is positive. No matter what this announcement is, it brings a shift. It is going to shift you. So like I said, with the wheel turning, some of you who feel like you're kind of at the top right now, but you're hoping that things stay, there might be a shift that actually rocks your world and puts you onto a new path that you were not considering. And that might be daunting. That might be scary at first. And it might seem like it is not a blessing, but actually you're exactly where you need to be. For others of you, if you have been feeling, if you were stuck in this downward momentum, this shift is going to put you where you need to be on top, to see things from a new perspective and to soar, to finally make something happen. Carrot, opportunity or windfall, absolutely. Then we have hills, obstacles to overcome. Now, I don't usually read reversals, and especially not with these type of cards, but when I did turn this over, this was upside down. So I do feel like Spirit is encouraging you, everyone in this pile, to know that whatever difficulties you have been dealing with or you see coming your way, that it is a momentary obstacle. It is just something that is here now, and it will not last. It is meant to shift. I'm hearing shift your board. So it is shifting the direction of your life. However, this is going to bring to you opportunities for more connection, to be seen, for money, like success, to even choose new pathways. I heard for someone love, so you might actually end up meeting your partner at work. And so there's something with that that is shifting for this pile. Next, we have target, a goal-oriented person. This felt like help to me. For some of you, you might need to get more into the energy of being more goal-oriented. Some of you might kind of just be allowing yourself to be at the mercy of your situation. And I feel like Spirit is telling you, like, stand up, go for it, make a plan. But for the majority of you, I actually feel like this is someone who may be trying to help you. And as I said, you might not be listening. Now, this could be anyone. This can be a mentor. You know, this could be a YouTube video you come across that just had some really great knowledge. This could be from a family friend or just anyone, honestly. But there's something where there is great advice from someone who is trying to help you become more disciplined and more focused on your goal that you are not paying attention to right now, because you are so in this energy that you're not looking forward. We have nest, and an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So for some of you, I feel like certain choices that you are making, you are worried about how it will affect your family. And that is understandable. However, I feel like Spirit is letting you know that you have a lot more support than you realize. For others of you, this could be the goal. You could be literally trying to build, you know, for a family, and you feel like your career is something that is either hindering that process, slowing it down, something of that nature. I don't feel like this is a bad energy, though. I think this is letting you know that not just here, like in the physical, but also in the spiritual, you have a lot of support, and you have to kind of feel that support and like really allow yourself to lean into it to help further manifest what it is that you are trying to bring into your life. There's also a lot more support around you that many of you are not leaning on. This pile, I just heard shame. You might be ashamed to ask for help. You might not want people to think that you need it or you can't do something on your own. Like there's something like that. You might be used to being the breadwinner or something, but there's a feeling here of not really wanting, you want the help, but you don't want to be perceived as someone who needs it. And that is something that is hindering you. Your ego and your pride is hindering you. Lightning, control your anger or you will be sorry. So for some of you, your anger is holding you back. And what I see is that, yes, for some watching, you can be angry at something, someone, an opportunity that you felt was taken from you, you know, something unfairly done. But for many of you in this pile, I actually feel like you're angry with yourselves. You're very hard on yourselves, pile one, especially because you expect, I don't know, you expect to do your best, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't know if some of you were raised with like a lot of pressure, a lot of prestige, a lot of like certain parents or guardian figures who put a lot on your shoulders to excel. Like there's something here of like feeling as if you can't fail, like letting other people down. And I see that for pile one, you tend to get very angry with yourself, especially for things that you felt as though you should have saw, you should have realized, you should have controlled. And I really feel like Spirit is letting you know that there are many things in this life that are outside of your control that you have to learn to flow with. You have to learn to flow with. And because you are in flow, you will discover many useful tools and people along the way that will actually take you quicker and much better to where you want to be. We have beetle, good fortune, beautiful, beautiful. There is light at the end of your tunnel. That's what I feel like I'm supposed to tell pile one, is that if you are going through a difficult time or entering into a difficult time, just got out of a difficult time, there is light at the end of the tunnel. You have blessings that are coming your way. You have money that's coming your way, opportunities that are coming your way. I just heard, and this is so specific, I just heard for someone, the truth like will be revealed, and the energy it gave me is if you are dealing with something at work, or I don't know, especially because this is a career reading, if you're dealing with something where it was like your word against someone else's, and they were trying to paint you out to be the bad person, the liar, something like that, there's something about that truth coming to light. Like your name is going to be cleared very soon. Something like that just came through, so I had to mention that for someone. We have wind chimes, peace and harmony. This is so beautiful. And I feel like a message coming through is they're saying they want you to start getting into that energy now. This is not something they want you to wait for. They want you to start getting into peace, into harmony, to start focusing on your breath. There's something coming through for someone specifically about your lungs. Like something with your air capacity. I don't know, maybe I don't know who I'm talking to. I know this is very specific. Pay attention to your breathing. And if you've been having trouble breathing lately, if you've been feeling like you're not taking in enough air, you might want to go and I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the test, but you might want to get your lung pressure, air pressure checked, like see how much oxygen you're taking in. That's for someone specifically. But outside of that, for everyone else, really get into practices of self-soothing. Also speaking kinder to yourself. This particular pile, you are very connected to air. You do not have to be an earth sign. Oh, I didn't mean to say earth sign. Maybe many of you are earth signs. Wow. I meant to say you do not have to be an air sign. But no matter what, the energy of air is working heavily in your life right now. The energy of air is trying to get you to flow, to be receptive to information coming to you. I also feel like my throat chakra has not been as activated as it usually is. Like I don't feel that I'm talking at full strength and capacity. And I feel like that might be an issue that this pile is experiencing, where you are not standing up for yourself. You're not speaking your needs. You're not letting your ideas be heard. And you might need to work on that. Many things with the concept of air are important for this pile. Your thoughts, your expression of self, your control of your anger, and even expressing when boundaries have been crossed or what those boundaries are. There's something like that is so important here. And I feel like you're going to know for yourself which category you fall into when it comes to that. Some of you need to just start manifesting by singing or speaking, like talking literally to the universe about what it is you want to bring to life. Some of you need to stand up and ask for that promotion, ask for that pay raise, ask for the thing you want to try, or to even put it out there so people know that you're looking for something specifically, that you've been experiencing something. Some of you, you are not where you want to be because you are meant to create your own lane and you haven't done it yet. It gave me the feeling of possibly like a YouTube channel for someone, like speaking to someone about something. Could even be podcast related. Could be a poet, something like that. But there is something with the voice of this pile that is not being fully heard. And I feel like that is important. And then last we have, this is beautiful, sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. So like I said, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You are going through a period of change right now. And I feel like spirit is, I don't want to say testing you, but working with you to see how are you handling this. And as I also mentioned, this time is not for nothing. You are actually supposed to be growing, to be healing, to be looking around you to see who is sticking by you, who has useful information. Like this is a valuable time that you're in. And if you stay in this position and don't look around, you're going to miss important things. Now, here's the thing. I don't believe that you ever will, necessarily miss a blessing that's for you, but you can delay it. So if you do not take this time to actually see why this is happening and how this can further you, bless you, accelerate you, you will stay stuck longer. than you wanted. So this is beautiful. New ideas are coming to you. Don't be afraid to pivot, pile one. Do not be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to take two different interests and ideas and put them together. Even if it's never been done before, that's the beauty. Even if it has been done before, it ain't never going to be done the way that you can do it, the way that your mind will offer, you know, the way your life experience and upbringing has shaped you in the way that you can talk about or present this same thing. So pile one, I see very beautiful things coming. Let's just get two more cards for you. Just anything else Spirit wants you to know in regards to your career. You know, whether you're trying to start a new path, whether you're furthering a path, just anything Spirit wants you to know in regards to your career. And I just want to get an advice card from the Surrender deck. So let's do that. Any advice, Great Spirit, to pile one? Any advice that you have, Great Spirit, to pile one? In regards to their career or in general, whatever you think is the most important thing that they need to know right now. Advice. And I'm not reading reversals for this deck. Okay. So, start off with these two. We have yoga. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercising. This is beautiful. I feel like this is kind of also hitting me with this wind chimes down here, peace and harmony. Many of you, you know, yoga is the unity of mind, body, and spirit, and it helps you to consciously be aware of your body, your breath, your thoughts in a moment. I think that many of you would benefit from taking on some type of exercise, taking on some type of self-care ritual, even if it's just stretching, even if it is yoga. There's something about you needing to become in alignment with yourself fully. So with your thoughts, with your emotions, with your body. This particular pile, you might be used to being very physical. Like I keep getting the energy of like, go, go, go. So doing that can very much so lead you to burning out or injury. I feel like that's something I have to highlight for this pile. And I feel like that's why Spirit is also, some of you might had to have stopped some type of career or job because you got injured, you got hurt, you might be, you know, out right now healing. And so Spirit is saying that it is important for you. I just heard it would behoove you to really pause and take this time to adjust, to come out of that fast-paced, fast-moving, explosive, you know, sometimes angry energy and move into a more receptive, free-flowing, creative, lighthearted energy. You're going to still get where you want to go. You possibly will get there faster. And you will feel much more abundant and at peace because you have not run yourself ragged in the process. And then we have let go. Look at that. It says walk away from this situation in order to resolve it, which is definitely what I see is going on. And I feel like Spirit is trying to make you become at peace with that, at peace with the fact that you have to let something go, whether that is a mindset. As I was saying that, a train just went by real quickly. And it makes me feel like some of you might have to let go of a location, of like a physical spot. You might have to literally travel somewhere, move somewhere, go to a different job, you know. And I just heard coworker family. Some of you might be nervous to leave like a community that you have built, people that you love. But honestly, you know, if these people are genuine fixtures in your life and genuinely love you and have care and everything, you will connect with them still beyond this job. Do not be afraid to move forward because of that, because there are other communities you need to build and people you need to meet. But coming back to this, there is something here that needs to be let go of. And I feel for this pile that because you might have been holding off on doing this, that Spirit is yanking that thing out of your life, especially what we saw from the storm fields. You know, I said you're moving into an energy of solitude, and that is because there is big change happening here. Spirit might literally be yanking certain things out of your life right now to where you're in this energy and it hurts. You know, some of it hurts, some of it is shocking, some of it is just what the heck is going on. And Spirit is saying flow with it, release it. You know, don't try to fight it, don't try to hold on to it. Allow yourself to be in flow. This is meant to happen. And then advice, we have surrender. Listen, wow. And y'all saw me shuffle. We got let go. Then we have surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. That is perfect. Like, that is perfect. And that's what's happening here, is that some of you are suffering because something didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, the way you saw it, pictured it. I just heard manifested. Some of you were trying to manifest something. And the thing that you forgot to do in that manifesting is to leave room for spirit to step in. Because sometimes, you know, what we are meant to actually have or to deal with looks nothing like what we wrote down or what we've been praying for, what we've been speaking, but it doesn't mean it's not better for us. It doesn't mean that it's not actually what we really needed. And so spirit is saying, let go of, you know, your attachment to results. Let go of trying to hold on too tightly to things that are changing and shifting and leaving. You know, let them go. Because I'm hearing you're stalling your journey. That's the biggest thing. Like, they tell me something about I don't feel like I'm going to pronounce this properly. A precipice, where you're like on the edge of something, and they're saying you are delaying your journey. They are trying to reset you. I keep hearing the Fool. They keep trying to take you back to the Fool, taking a leap of faith. And it's kind of like you refuse. You refuse. And so they can't take you to that next level yet. And then last, we have surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. That really speaks to me, because I feel like many of you in this pile, you are struggling with that. There's a part of you that I feel like there's self-defeating thoughts. And I did mention something with the wind chimes of speaking nicely to yourself, because I feel like you're very hard on yourself, pile one. As I mentioned, many of you are in that perfectionist, workaholic energy. And it could have been the fact that the voice that you hear in your head, like I said, is a voice from your childhood. It can be a parent, guardian, loved one, whatever the case is. But there is a voice that you have adopted as if it is your own. And even though you are striving to try to be the best that you can be, or to achieve the best, there is a part of you that doesn't really feel like you are capable of doing that. And so you're self-sabotaging. You know, you're really self-sabotaging. And when things don't turn out, you know, for the best, or it turns out the way that self-saboteur has been telling you it would, it's kind of like you are reinforcing that voice, and you're allowing that voice to get louder versus your own. So that is what I am seeing. This is something that you can work on right now, though. This energy that you are currently in, this bubble of solitude you're currently in, pile one, this is giving you the perfect time and space to work on this energy and heal this energy, and get rid of anyone around you. Let go of anyone around you who might be feeding this energy, who might be talking to you disrespectfully, putting you down, even if it's passive aggressively. You know, get yourself out of spaces and places. And I just heard relationships that make you feel like you can't succeed and aren't worthy and can't manifest that life that you want. Because like I said, you are deserving of success, love, and abundance. You can have that. It is your birthright to have that. But you have to believe it, and you have to surround yourself also. And that hits me with Nest. Come on now. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So for some of you, you don't have this right now. And that is why this is a goal that you secretly want. You want to build that community. And family doesn't just mean, you know, blood family. It can be, you know, the community you build around you, the family you choose. And so I think it's important, pile one, to be very mindful of who you are choosing to be in your space and whose voice you are allowing to echo in your head. Whew. All right, pile one, that is all that I am seeing right now. I hope that this was helpful when it comes to your career. Know that I am sending you lots of love, light, and positive energy. I hope that I see you again as a subscriber, or if we happen to cross paths. And if this was impactful for you, I would love to hear in the comments anything that you feel comfortable sharing, but you don't have to. Thank you just even for being here. Take care. All right, pile two, thank you for joining me. Let's jump into, you know, what spirit wants you to know in regards to your career. And that can be a new career path you're trying to manifest. It can be the current career path that you're on and just trying to get more insight into. So let's take a look. Now, I want to start us off by seeing, like, what is your current energy when it comes to your career? I'm hearing something about anointing. Interesting. Right, Spirit, what is the current energy of Pile 2 when it comes to their career? I'm hearing counting. I'm hearing 3, 4, 5, 7. I'm not sure why. Okay, so let's see the current energy when it comes to your career, Pile 2. We have 30, making a choice. Ooh, so Pile 2, you're at a crossroads. Sorry, a deck just fell. You're at a crossroads, Pile 2. I see the fact that for some of you, now this is the thing, some of you might be debating whether you should continue your schooling towards a career. Some of you are debating whether you should move forward to a completely different career path. I also feel in this pile, there are many who are considering, should I retire? Like, should I just stop right now and just move into retirement, go pursue something else in life? So there's some really big life choices here, pile number 2. 30 could be relevant. Some of you could be 30. Some of you could have spent 30 years at a job. Very interesting. I just heard something I built. So for someone specifically, it could have been a company that you created, you built, and you might be considering selling it. There's something like that that's coming through for someone specifically. Okay, so let's see what else. Wow, we have follow the leader, 40, 30, 40. Interesting. Now there is a clock on this tree. So some of you, this could be something that has to do with family or a long-standing establishment. It could have been something that you put a lot of time, a lot of effort and energy into, or it could be something that you inherited. There is a feeling here. As I said, some of you can be leaders. You could literally be the boss, the CEO, you know, something of that nature, the owner. Some of you could be working towards that, maybe even taking over a position for someone else, or you're waiting for a promotion, a chance to do that. There is an energy here. I feel like of trying to make your own path. And that could also be what this indecision is right here, is that you don't want to necessarily do things the way that others before you have done it. You're trying to figure out what is the right direction for you. However, I feel like this particular pile, what was I about to say? I almost said you are dedicating time. And for some of you, you are. But I feel like what I was trying to say is that I feel like for this pile, many of you are contemplating how much time is worth dedicating to something. So whether you have already spent a majority of your life somewhere, or you are considering the long haul path towards some type of career, there is contemplation here of, am I willing to give that much time, or to, you know, stay still in this place, or whatever the case is. Lots of contemplation in this group. Lots of contemplation, especially in regards to progression. You know, we have 30, which breaks down to 3. We have 40, which breaks down to 4, 3, 4. Let's see what's next. 52. 3, 4, and then 52, which breaks down to 7. 7 is a very divine number. So we have the magical map shifter. So what I'm picking up from this, yes, you are working with spirit. Yes, you are working with, you know, in a sense, destiny and fate. But you are in a very unique position, pile 2, where I feel as though spirit is saying, you know, you tell us. You let us know what you want to do. So the magical map shifter here, it kind of lets you know that you have the power to shift things in your life, in your story. And so it's kind of, you know, for this pile, many of you might be very talented. You might be multi-hyphenate artists or entrepreneurs, or just have interest. And so you could find yourself being a bit confused because it's like, well, what do I pursue? And so I get a sense here that Spirit is saying, you get the choice. And that can be daunting because many of you might have many different paths and you're not sure what to take. Now, the biggest thing is, many of you might be worried about, okay, well, if I choose one thing, am I going to be wasting time pursuing that? We can look a little further to see like what guidance Spirit has for you. But I see that for this pile, once again, this is just a peek into your current energy. You are juggling a lot of options. You might be interested in a lot of different things. You might have a lot of options presented to you. And it's a matter of, what do I focus in on? What do I want to do? Interesting. Okay. So with that said, let's figure out what Spirit wants you to know. Okay, so we'll break these up. Great Spirit, what do you want pile 2 to know in regards to their career path? Great Spirit. I'm hearing something about August for someone. Great Spirit, what do you want pile 2 to know about their career path? Whoa. I'm hearing O'Reilly Auto Parts. I think that's, is it Riley? Or what? I don't know, but I heard Riley. Interesting. Okay, that could be relevant for someone. Okay, Great Spirit, what do you want pile 2 to know in regards to their career path? Great Spirit, what do you want pile 2 to know in regards to their career path? Okay. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know, pile 2. We have ear, good news. Ooh, love that. So some type of information is going to come your way, something that's going to possibly provide you with a little direction, you know, point you in the direction that might be most, I don't want to say beneficial, because yes, but I feel like for this pile, there is a sense of happiness, like wanting to follow your bliss. So I feel like some type of information is going to come your way that's going to help choosing a bit easier. I heard option, so some type of option might be presented to you that you didn't think was available or didn't know about before. We have ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. So for some of you, you know, it could be something romantic. It could be something about meeting a partner at, you know, a business, or perhaps you're already in business with a partner. But this can also be outside of romantic, you know, situations. A merger, you know, a buying out, starting, you know, a coming together. We have June. So something special with June, and we have like this angelic energy. Okay, apologies, the camera cut off. But for June, I'm picking up an energy here for someone specific. In June, you could have either had a passing forward of a loved one or a birth. Someone gave birth for someone specific that's coming through, about some type of transitioning either into or out of this world. For others of you, this talks to me of, there might have been some type of blessing that came to you in June, some type of realization, some type of connection, some type of money or something like that. But there seems to be some type of blessing that really is coming around your way and also blossoming more in your life, but something about it sparked around this time. Next, we have box. You will receive a gift. Beautiful, beautiful. So good news. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. Something important with June, something you received here in June, and you will receive a gift. Fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. I want to come back to this. I'm going to put that there. Staff, you will be taken care of in difficult times. Beautiful. So you are highly protected. Highly protected. You will receive a gift. This is hitting me with this, some type of offer, some type of information, becoming aware of something. Could even be like inheritance or, I don't know, something. Try not to make decisions, decisions off of your strong emotions. Like whether you are in a high or if you are feeling low, if you're angry, try not to make any powerful decision while you are in one of those extremes, because something about that is coming through as a warning. Now, you will be fine regardless. You know, things are coming to you, information is coming to you, guidance. You will have what you need in order to make informed decisions, in order to, you know, move forward. But there's something about being mindful not to make like knee-jerk reaction decisions. We have a cane. Pay attention to your health. Interesting. And clouds, temporary problems. Okay, so interestingly enough, I feel as if Spirit is pausing this particular pile. I feel as if though you are currently in the midst of making this choice, you know, choosing this path that might be life altering, I feel like Spirit is saying that is not the most important thing that you need to be worried about. In fact, I feel as if Spirit is letting you know that some of the things you are worried about are actually being handled behind the scenes. Information is coming your way, you know, collaborative people, helpful resources. There's a lot letting you know that things are being taken care of, like you're good. However, I feel as though Spirit is saying that pile 2, your actual concern needs to be on you, needs to be on your health. For some of you, quite literally, you may need to stop putting off a doctor's appointment. Stop, you know, letting that pain just persist. Like, you know, slow down. There's something that you need to pay attention to. And I feel as though Spirit is letting you know all these other things, they're not of your concern. They're being worked out. You know, whatever you might consider is an immediate problem at the moment is actually quite temporary and is going to blow over, and you will be able to see all the little pieces that are falling together. However, some of you, there might be something with concern with your health, which may have put you in this space to be considering whether you should just early retire or switch your job. And Spirit is letting you know that resources are coming through that will be able to help you during this time. So no matter what, pile 2, there's something with your health that can be mental, that can be emotional, that can be physical, especially for those of you who I may have been speaking to that you did experience some type of passing forward, or if you perhaps gave birth, if you might need to take maternity, paternity leave in order to, you know, just be with your new family, if you recently got married or whatever the case is. Pile 2, there are more pressing matters in your life than your career. That's what's coming to me. It feels like there are more pressing matters in your life. And quite honestly, I feel like your personal life, that's what I feel like Spirit is trying to direct your attention to, is your personal relationships and life versus your career. So quite interesting. Let's see if they have any other additional guidance for you. Okay, pile 2. So, anything, Great Spirit, you want pile 2 to know in regards to their current career path? I'm hearing stop for someone. I don't know if you're like worrying or transitioning something. I keep hearing yellow and green for some reason. Okay, and any advice, Great Spirit, to pile 2 in general, whether it's in regards to career or their personal life, like whatever is the most pressing advice they need at this current time. No reversals. They said one more. Okay. All right. So what Spirit wants you to know in regards to your current career path, pile 2, we have children. Your life purpose involves helping, teaching, or healing children. So for some of you, as I said, this could be something in regards to being a parent. Maybe you have just had a child, perhaps, for someone I might be speaking to, and I apologize if this is triggering. Perhaps you have experienced a miscarriage and you are healing from that process, in which case I just want to take a moment and pause and send you lots of love and light. But something with children is important. It could be the fact that you are inheriting something from a parent. It could be the fact that you are considering passing something forward to your child, or a figure in your life who you helped raise, or someone who helped raise you. It could be the fact that you are considering a path that deals with children, deals with teaching them, raising them, helping them in some type of way. And so there's something about that energy that is relevant for this pile. I do want to point out, because Spirit is just telling me two different things. Quite literally, it could be something music related. I don't know if somebody creates educational musical material for children to learn or something of that nature, cartoons or something like that. But outside of that, what had came to me, what I wanted to say about this is that for someone specifically, this also comes from a passion that you had developed and a dream you had instilled within you when you were a child, like following your childhood dreams, following that thing that you said you were going to be way back when, and then you got older and life, people told you, oh, that's not possible, or oh, that doesn't make enough money, or oh, you can't do that. So there's something for someone specifically in regards to that. Now, next we have light and love. Oh, that's beautiful. Your purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love to the world. So you have two cards that are talking about healing, because this one says your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. And then this one is talking about bringing divine healing, light, and love to the world. Now, the thing is this, especially what I was talking about with the teaching aspect, whether you are literally going the path of being some type of mentor or teacher, or not, it's a matter of there is something that something that you possess that just by either doing, even if you're not sitting down in a classroom setting or teaching or workshops or anything like that, there's something that just by you being and doing and achieving is teaching others around you, and that is helping to heal the inner child in many different people, possibly even within yourself, of, like I said, who were told that they could not do this thing, they could not achieve it, it wasn't possible for them. Some of you, I just heard outreach, so some of you might deal with like nonprofit or outreach programs that target specifically helping the development of children and broadening their horizons, their career paths. But outside of that, outside of literally working with children, it is an aspect of healing. It is an aspect of you showing people that something is possible, that it is not a childish dream to want to do this thing. And then we have flowers. Okay, before I read anything else, I heard, give flowers. Some of you need to take more credit. Pile 2, I think it's very important that you acknowledge how far you came. Something with that is really, really important for this pile. You need to pause and you need to allow yourself to pat yourself on the back. There might be a lot of people that you helped forward, you helped encourage, you helped move into certain aspects of their life. And especially for those of you who perhaps you are retiring and you have spent your career helping others or guiding others or whatever the case was. There is some aspect here of pile 2. You need to acknowledge that you have been doing an amazing job, and that's really important. I also feel like something with this pile, there's just an energy of like needing, like there's rest is required here, because I keep hearing smell the roses. You need to rest. This pile, you need to start giving some time and some care to you, because I feel like this is the caregiver pile. Many of you, like, you look out for other people, whether it's your own children, whether it's co-workers, friends, family, whatever the case is. It's like you are the caregiver, you are the guardian. And I feel like this pile is saying, there are many blessings that are coming your way, especially from the many people that you have helped. But right now, you need your attention. You need your nurturing. So it says, working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. Now, moving away from everything I just said, because I do feel like that is highly relevant for a smaller group of people, I feel like this message can be more literal, and perhaps you are moving away from some career that dealt with children or dealt with helping others to moving into something that could be gardening, could be scrapbooking, could be, you know, just being a florist or something of that nature, could even be baking and dealing with like frosting flowers, you know, wedding cakes, things like that. This can be very literal for someone, but for everyone else, it's that aspect of, like I said, of you need to pause and smell the roses and give yourself some credit for everything that you have done. All right, now let's turn this over. We have surrender to creativity. Now, before I even read this, I'm looking at this mirror, I'm looking at all these beautiful butterflies, and I really feel like this is saying, excuse me, to reflect your outer world. Many of you might be feeling uninspired because you just feel like the energy inside of you is not matching what is around you. You know, maybe you're looking at your job, you're looking at your house, you're looking at, like, you know, something in your everyday, and you're just like, I'm not inspired. You know, this just, I'm not feeling joy from it. I'm not feeling uplifted. I don't feel like I kind of want to be here anymore. Like, there's a sense of like needing your outside world to reflect this inner child in you that's waking up. And this inner child wants to play. You know, it's vibrant, it's colorful, it has so much energy, it wants to play. And so it says, let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. So this also talks to thinking outside the box. If you're dealing with some hard decision right now and you're trying to figure out what to do, giving yourself this space to work on yourself is going to help you to have that mental capacity to think outside the box. We have surrender to miracles. You know, I'm so happy that this came out because I definitely wanted to say, as I put this card down, that there was an energy, especially with these, of gifts coming to you, and, you know, things about, what is this, you will be taken care of in difficult times. It really feels like allowing others to show up for you. And I feel this. So when this came out, I'm like, absolutely. Be open to miracles. So before I even read the rest of that, the reason why I brought that up and it being relevant is because you can only do so much. And I feel like for this pile, especially because you're being called into a state of rest and peace, that spirit wants other people to show up for you. Spirit wants others to come and, you know, work miracles in your life and to show you how much, you know, you matter and you care. And also to show you that you don't have to do everything on your own, that you have that network that supports, you know, these blessings around you. So it's really important, pile 2, that you're not doing everything solo. And so be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. That's beautiful. Dolphins might literally be a sign for someone. And the color purple as well. You might want to wear purple, eat more things with purple right now, like just something with that I feel is very important. Now, last we have surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. Absolutely. And I believe I had mentioned something about, you know, what you, and I can't remember if it's this pile or pile 1. Some of you might have been drawn to pile 1, but something about you know, something you can offer to the world. You're gonna do it in a way that no one else is able to do it. I don't care if people have seen it before, if it's already out there, it doesn't matter. Like, there's something in the way that you do it, and that might have been pile 1. My mind, I feel like it's all like blending, but like I said, quite a few of you might have been drawn to that pile. Either way, the message here is, don't compare your path, your timeline of when something quote unquote should happen, should have happened by, whether that is marriage, whether that is children, whether that is retiring, whether that is, you know, the success of a business venture you started, or even career change. Do not base your timeline based off of what other people usually do, would have done, should have done. You know, focus on your journey. You are exactly where you need to be at the time that you need to be there. That's all that matters. Nobody else's journey matters but that. And you are strong. You are powerful. And so instead of feeling inferior or worrying about, you know, someone else's age or what other people are capable of do, or their resume or their connections or any of that stuff, instead of thinking about any of that, focus on your power. Focus on the unique thing about you that you're bringing to this experience. That is what's most important, pile 2. So pile 2, like I said, enjoy your rest. You know, answers and help is coming your way. There's a lot of beautiful things that are coming. And once again, don't make split decisions out of passion or out of, you know, disdain. Just don't find yourself jumping into a knee-jerk reaction, but keep your ear open. I feel like there is good information coming to you, good collaborations. As I said, for some of you, it might really be romantic and marriage-wise, or it could just be business coming together, collaborations. But there's a lot of positive energy here. And I feel like for pile 2, your success is highly tied to, I don't know, like other people for some reason. And it doesn't, I don't mean that in like a negative way. I mean that in like a helping each other type of way. Like reach across and help someone, reach down, pull someone up. Like something like that is happening here, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. So pile 2, I am sending you lots of love, light, and positive energy. But thank you so much for taking the time. If you happen to like the reading, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear about what resonated for you. If you're comfortable with sharing it, I completely understand. But thank you, and I hope to see you again. All right, welcome, pile 3. Last but certainly not least, let's look into what does Spirit want you to know about your current career path, whether you are looking to pursue a new one or trying to venture further down one you've already been walking. So let's see. Great Spirit, what is the current energy of pile 3's career path? Current energy of piles 3. Well, there's a train nearby and it just, I don't know. Sometimes it does that. So there might be some big shifts coming to pile 3. Interesting. Train is still slowly moving though, so it was just kind of picking itself back up. Pile 3, I don't know if you've been on a hiatus, if you've been out of work for some reason or have been feeling stuck, but things might be shifting in your life and slowly picking back up. Let's see, what is the current energy of pile 3, Great Spirit? All right, so let's see. We have 36, commitment. Some of you could have gotten married. Some of you could have committed to like some new type of job, to schooling. Like this is interesting. Some of you could have moved for a relationship and maybe you're starting over in a new location, a new place. Interesting. 36 breaks down to 9. So this feels like a very personal decision. You may have had to leave something behind. Could have had to leave family behind, friends behind, you know, a hometown or country behind or something. There's something here with like following your heart. This pile does not have an issue following their heart and their dreams. Now, I don't read reversals in these cards. So we have number 1 with the bone collector. So this card is all about that which we felt as though we lost and how it never truly is gone. About how, you know, these things, they stay with us and they come back to us when it's time, when it's the right time. So I feel like this particular pile, something just came through for someone specifically, but this pile might actually have a hard time staying in one place. You might leave jobs quite often, and I could be talking to someone specific. You know, if it doesn't resonate, definitely don't take that aspect of it. But you might find it that you leave jobs quite often. You are committed to your dreams. You're committed to your heart. And if something doesn't align with that, you have no problem getting up and just going. And so you may have collected a lot of different experiences, a lot of different job titles, you know, people along the way. Could even been travel. We have 3 with Wizard of Awareness. Very interesting. Like I said, there is a lot of knowledge here, a lot of I keep hearing many lifetimes. So I feel like this particular pile, you may have felt as though you've lived many lifetimes in this one lifetime. Like you've probably done so many different things, met so many different people that it's just like, you know, and it doesn't have to indicate age, nothing of that nature. It just could have been the fact that you've done so much, have been so many places, tried so many different things that I'm getting like jack of all trades. That's what's really coming through. Jack of all trades. And we have 15 with one ring circus. Interesting. This breaks down to 6. Let me look in the book for this real quick. I'm getting a message, but I just want to make sure that I'm getting everything this card is trying to tell you. Oh, wow. So this card talks about you are capable and competent. Independence is key now as you step into your journey today. Others may not have the vision or resources that you need. Recognize that all the wisdom you've acquired, going back to this, all the wisdom that you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance is important. Another aspect to consider is creating and maintaining clear boundaries between you and another. Interesting. So what's really hitting me with this, I don't think this pile necessarily has a problem with that. I think that you definitely are lone wolves here. You may move forward very quickly. This might, and I don't mean to go too deep, this might affect your relationships when it comes to others, where maybe some of you have actually taken a step away from jobs to pursue your personal life, to get married, to, you know, develop personal relationships or spend more time with family. But others of you in this pile, I would not see it as strange or far-fetched if actually you find yourself having a hard time settling down. And I don't even like that term, settling down. I feel like we grow in love. We should be growing in love, not settling. But you understand what I'm trying to say. Some of you might have an issue with commitment, whether it is committing to one job, one long-term plan, schooling, something of that nature, because you are very independent. You are, I get a very nomadic vibe from this pile. So I just want to look a little deeper into number 3 right there, see if it's anything. Because it's telling me it has something else it wants to say to you. Your soul knows best. Be still and observe. Ooh, interesting how be still and observe came out, especially as I'm talking about how this pile may move around a bit. Mindfulness is about being observant and remaining neutral about what goes on in the world around you. This applies to the environment within you too. If you struggle inside yourself, stepping into an observer position gives you a new, powerful perspective that neutralizes any discomfort or overexcitement. You may have the capacity to see things clearly now, unencumbered by opinion or desire. Wearing the world as a loose garment requires you to adopt a sense that nothing that happens to you is personal. People come and go. Experiences evolve from one state to another in a continual shifting and change, no matter how much you want things to stay the same. The Wizard of Awareness asks you to give up your need to define or limit what you're experiencing now. It's all good. Let it be, and watch the miracle unfold without any direct influence from you. That is so interesting. Now, we definitely talked about that. For some of you in this pile, maybe that's something you need to get into. Maybe that's the energy you need to embody, of just going more with the flow, of letting things be as they are, of just observing yourself as well as the world. But for a lot of you in this pile, I don't feel like that is an issue for you. I feel like that is your default. I feel like, especially this being your current energy, I feel like you already are there. So much so that you might find yourself detached emotionally from a lot of other things and people and places, where be careful, pile 3, of not becoming very self-focused. You know, that's so interesting. Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if this particular pile was like of a more younger generation. What is it? Generation Z type of vibe. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was also like non-binary and perhaps polyamorous individuals here. Could even be very artistic. Now, you do not have to be, but I'm getting more of you know, outside of the traditional. That's what's coming to me. Outside of the traditional, I do not see this particular pile as necessarily being the worker who would stay in the factory for 30 years and then retire from that job, or stay in the office for that amount of time and retire. You know, I don't see that in this particular pile. This pile goes after whatever their heart is feeling, and that can be beautiful. That can be, you know, like I said, following your heart, following your dreams. But like this card has suggested, making sure that you're not being impulsive and you are just jumping at the whim of whatever you are feeling. You know, allowing yourself to be neutral and to observe. Interesting. All right, so let's see, what does the universe want you to know, pile 3? In regards to your current career path, what does the universe want you to know, pile 3? Whoa. And one more here. All right, so let's see. We have rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. I am so not surprised with this. Pile 3, this can be a very charismatic, attractive, creative pile. You can draw a lot of people to you. Some of you in this pile may be models, maybe actors, maybe athletes, something where your physical is highly on display and attracts a lot of attention. Doesn't have to be, but that's what I'm picking up on a lot. There's something with that, to where, as I said, very non-committal energy. You find that you have so many different options and your energy is pulled in so many different directions. I just heard celibate, so some of you may be feeling this and have, you know, recently been considering celibacy. But especially because I'm feeling in regards to your career, you might be finding that it is affecting your career. It's affecting your networking, your relationships, the amount of energy and focus you're putting towards your goals versus the amount of time you are spending with other individuals or having sexual relationships. So something like that is coming through specifically. If this is not something you find yourself in, you might want to choose a different pile if this pile is not resonating for you, because that's what's coming through very strongly. As I said, this can be a pile that also resonates very strongly with many who identify in the queer community. Not that you have to, but, you know, non-binary comes up, polyamorous, like alternate lifestyles. It's what's coming up. Very sex positive individuals, and there is nothing wrong with that, but the problem is that you might be getting caught up in this energy to where you are not putting that creative energy where it needs to go. You're focusing it on a detour, on a distraction. Dark woman, dealings or relationships with a woman with dark complexion or hair. So that could be an indicator for someone who is watching. It could be an indicator for someone influential in your life or someone you're romantically dealing with. Only take it if it resonates. January, something with January can be very important here, whether it's your birthday, whether it is a date that has passed or is approaching, that something might happen in regards to your life. I'm hearing 15. They're bringing me back to this 15 here, so January 15 could be relevant for someone. So just putting that out there for whoever that might resonate with. We have lightning, control your anger or you will be sorry. This is a very passionate group, and I feel like it is very easy for you to be, I just heard emotionally manipulated, so I do want to mention that. But I feel like it's very easy for this group to become perhaps offended or triggered or bothered. And I don't think it necessarily stems from the workplace. I think it might just be different things you had to deal with in life, that now you find yourself not wanting to take any bullshit, and it makes you a bit more reactive, quicker to react in certain situations. We have an owl, good advice from a wise person. So I think it's important that you have individuals in your life that you can trust. You know, some of you might have a mentor, might have some type of person you really look up to, you really respect, who is trying to give you advice, who is trying to, you know, let you know that perhaps a certain path that you're walking down, they walked it before and they know where this is about to go. Or, you know, they haven't walked it, but they see where you're headed. So there's something about keeping your ears open for just really profound advice that I feel like is going to help shift your perspective. We have fan, romance, celebration, party. Absolutely. I'm going to put this by this rabbit energy. Many of you might have fans. You know, many of you might attract a lot of admiration, a lot of romantic opportunities, you know, be in a space to celebrate often or party often. And Spirit wants you to be aware of this, because as I said, this is something that it's leeching your energy. That's what's coming through. It is pulling your attention from where you could and should be putting your energy if you want to achieve your dreams the way you said you want to achieve them. I'm hearing all that glitters is not gold. That's important for this pile. We have dog, protection from a powerful friend. Okay, so something that's hitting me is that this particular pile, you might, especially with that charismatic energy that you have, you might attract to you very easily powerful energy, powerful people, powerful networking opportunities, you know, individuals who they recognize a spark of themselves in you and they want to protect you. They want to look after you. So you do have people around you who they're not interested necessarily in the whole sexual aspect, the whole party and romance, etc. They want the best for you. And they're trying to speak to you about it. You know, these people really just want to see you do well in life. And then we have August. Interesting. So something in August could have been relevant. We have a full moon here, and the full moon can be about things that are coming to fruition or have like reached their height. Something could be revealed to you. Something could have been revealed to you in August. And when I'm currently recording this, it's September, but this is a timeless reading. So take it as it resonates for you. It could be August that just passed for you, August coming up for you. It could be the name August, you know, an author or something, or a poem that goes by that title, a movie title. But at the end of the day, something is coming full circle and something is being revealed. Now here with January, especially with this man look like he's carved out of ice, it could be the fact that I'm getting an energy that for some of you, certain connections that you had or people you thought were co-workers, friends, lovers, something like that, they go cold. There's an energy of coldness here. There's an energy of perhaps not being on the same page and not feeling for each other the way that you both thought you were feeling. So there's something with that I'm sensing for some of you in January, where you kind of realize that it was a good time, not a long time type of vibe. All right, so let us move into anything the universe wants you to know. Let's see. So pile 3. Anything Spirit wants you to know in regards to your current career path. Anything Spirit wants you to know. I feel like Spirit is, what am I trying to say? Like the energy I'm picking up on, I feel like things have the potential to move for you, and perhaps they already are moving for you. I definitely saw in the beginning of the reading with that, you know, boom, and then the train slowly picking up, that for some of you, things might be happening fast. Like, you know, there might just suddenly be a lot of attention on you, sudden promotion, sudden stepping into a limelight or something like that. And you're trying to find your footing. For others of you, you could have felt stuck. And now things are slowly starting to trickle in, slowly starting to look up. But either way, I kind of get a sense that pile 3, you're on the path regardless. Like, you know, there is movement right now regardless, but there's something about you staying focused while this is happening. You not allowing yourself to be distracted on this path. Okay, Great Spirit, anything you want pile 3 to know in regards to their current career path? And let's just close that off with getting you some advice. So pile 3, any advice that Spirit has to you, whether it's career or life or anything that Spirit feels is relevant for you right now. Any advice that Spirit feels is relevant for you, pile 3, right now. Anything else? Anything else? Spirit said just the one. Okay. All right. So for career, Oracle cards, you are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. So this particular pile, you are highly intuitive. Some of you might be tarot readers or oracle readers. You might have your own deck of cards. And honestly, this reading for you just might be further confirmation of what you've already been picking up for yourself. And so Spirit is saying that for this particular pile, you're already intuitively in touch. You already know what's going on. You've peeped the situation. And this is just a further nudge to let you know, like, hey, yeah, you are seeing things clearly. For a small group of you, this could be something that you are feeling called to do. Maybe you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel or a spiritual based practice, reading oracle or tarot cards for others. Perhaps you have a deck that you have been working on. You're animating, creating your own oracle or tarot deck. Freedom. You're free to do what you choose, which honestly, I don't feel like this is something that this particular pile has struggled too deeply with, because you are free and you know that. If you don't like a job, you will leave. You will go. And so, and especially because it's not that I don't think that this pile takes commitment seriously. I think you do. And I think because you do, you don't commit easily to something that you're not sure of, or, you feel apprehensive about. And then we have flowers. Working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. So for some of you in this pile, this can be a fact of, first of all, some of you might need to spend more time outside, might need to be around nature, might need to be around flowers. For others of you actually in a literal career field, you might do something with flowers, whether that is fashion design, whether it's, culinary with cakes or, something of that nature, whether it is scrapbooking or animation or perfumes or scientific herbs, like whatever it is, botanical wise, that could be something that you find yourself shifting into. But I feel as if for this particular pile, Spirit is saying you have the choice, you have the freedom, you have the space. Some of you have the money. You're not even worried about the money, because perhaps with that bone collector, the different things you've done before or have invested in, you're in a space where you're really not worried about that. It's really not about the finances. So, you have that chance to direct yourself in whatever direction you want to go. It's just about following your intuition and what's really going to bring you peace and bring you joy. And then last but not least, we have surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. For some of you in this pile, you might have a hard time with people wanting to enforce their beliefs upon you, especially if you fall into one of the categories I mentioned earlier of like your sexuality or your relationship structures, the way you view traditional, jobs or how a relationship should be, commitments, etc. You might find yourself being very defensive when it comes to that. And I feel like outside of that, for those of you that is the flip side, you find yourself being a bit more judgmental, because I'm hearing I did it. So for those of you who maybe you did make a lot of money, maybe you were very successful, are very successful, you may have lost that touch of compassion and empathizing that connects you to other people's story and their journey and their struggle. And so this is just a reminder, either way, whichever side of the spectrum you fall on of what I just mentioned, of you don't have to always be right. You know, allowing people to just kind of be where they are, know that they have their own truth, their own experience, and that doesn't necessarily change yours, and being okay with that. And that can improve some of your relationships where you find you're just letting people flow and do what's right for them. You know, it can help you solve problems in regards to not even getting into confrontation with other people, just kind of nodding and letting people do or say whatever. Not saying in a disrespectful way, but in a I don't need to correct you type of way. Think whatever you want. I'm living my life. I'm at peace. It is what it is. But that is what I'm seeing for you, pile 3. I'm sending you lots of love, lots of positive energy. If this is where we part, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Please feel free to subscribe and join the channel for my future videos. Or if you just want to let me know in a comment what resonated with you, if you're comfortable, I love hearing about it. So thank you once again, pile 3. Take care.